Alright, so let me start off by saying I love Mortal Kombat 1. I enjoy the game, I like playing it, I love the chaos and just the cameos in general. It's a lot of fun. I love playing through the towers, but I also can't lie, there's a lot of frustrations with these games, all pertaining to the same things that I just said that I love about it. And the more I think about it, the more that I actually have to ask the question, who is this game for? Okay, I'm just gonna start looking at the main menu for MK11 and just go through and ask questions, starting with the campaign. So, after the events of MK11, all of the fans were excited to know what the future held for Mortal Kombat. There was thoughts that they were going to cancel the series, which I never took seriously. I think that's ridiculous. There were people who thought they were going to do another reboot, which is what we got, but it was a matter of, are they going to start from Mortal Kombat 1 again, or are they just going to start a completely new timeline from scratch? Not gonna lie, the latter intrigued me, but I didn't think in a million years they were actually gonna do that. Then Ed Boon announced that this was actually a sequel to Mortal Kombat 11, but the story is starting from scratch. It's a brand new timeline, a new history of Mortal Kombat. The idea of like Scorpion and Sub-Zero being brothers now and all this other stuff, Melina being the actual heir to the throne of Outworld, this is all fascinating stuff, being honest. Liu Kang being a god and Raiden being his champion, poor Kung Lao, all of that is cool. But then I started to have my reservations when Ed Boon said that more of the 3D era was going to be represented in the game. Don't get me wrong, I love the 3D era, and I've been saying a long time that they needed to revisit that and sort of bring those elements back into the game. How we went through Mortal Kombat's 9, 10, and 11 and barely got any real newly introduced or reintroduced 3D era characters outside of the typical ones like Kenshi and whatnot is insane to me. Like, Mortal Kombat has a history of over 60 characters and they just keep creating new ones instead of repairing the ones that we don't really know that much about at this point. But they announced Ashura, they announced Reiko, they announced Natara. It's like, okay, this isn't bad. And it led a lot of fan speculation that maybe Onaga was going to come back. The same way a lot of fans thought that we were going to go all the way back to the era of the Great Kung Lao in Mortal Kombat, which once again I thought would be ridiculous, because that means we would have to erase most Mortal Kombat characters and start the roster completely anew damn near, and we'd be seeing the same typical characters, only it would solely be the fan favorite characters and everyone would have to be made up. That would just be its own problem. For more information, see Mortal Kombat Conquest. But the thought of getting Onaga back, Onaga is probably one of the most important characters that haven't really been expanded upon in Mortal Kombat history. His ties to the One Being, the mere fact that the One Being is an amalgam of all the realms, but Onaga is essentially the Kamidogu that's placed in all the realms, so he's almost a mini version of the One Being itself after, being possessed by him and whatnot. Just the tie-in and story potential there is insane. Since Mortal Kombat Deception, the fans have wanted to see more of Onaga because we didn't really get much of him after he was introduced. And then Mortal Kombat 1 story happens and we get none of that. They actually redo Armageddon, but we never get Onaga. Shao Kahn is once again trying to overthrow the throne of Outworld, but there's no Onaga in sight. Then we get a post-credit scene in Mortal Kombat, and who's the big bad to be revealed for future games or at least the next update in story mode? Havik. Granted, at least it's the real Havik and not the weird Daru Havik that's been introduced in this game, but still. Now, at the time of me recording this video, there's still a chance that Onaga could still be in some type of bonus DLC or something for a story pack down the line or a combat pack 2. That would be awesome, but I still have my doubts. But then again, no one expected Shang Tsung to be the main character of all the stuff going on in Mortal Kombat 11 when his DLC was introduced, so who knows? But the turn that the story mode takes, as wild as all the sort of mashup characters are at the end of Mortal Kombat 1, no one really wanted that. Like, no one wanted to see Liu Kang versus Shang Tsung Part 45. You keep promising to give the fans something new, and then you introduce Shang Tsung and Kronika to it. It's like, no one wanted any of this. And then it's like, oh, it's not Kronika, it's just still Shang Tsung in disguise. Like, no one wanted any of this. It's the thing that bothers me the most about Mortal Kombat is the amount of respect I have for them for trying things new from game to game and not resting on their laurels, but at the same time they do a lot of taking unnecessary risks and changing things that ain't really broken either. Speaking of changing things that isn't broken, Invasions Mode. I don't know whose idea it was to make Invasions Mode a glorified Mario Party game, but don't get me wrong, I do enjoy playing Invasions Mode at times, but it's unnecessarily frustrating at certain points, and then on top of that, after you play Invasions Mode for a while, you're gonna get bored of it and want to come back to it at a later time. I never felt that way with other modes in Mortal Kombat history. I can't tell you how many times in my life I've replayed the Conquest mode in Mortal Kombat Deception or Armageddon. And the fans have been asking for Conquest mode to make a comeback. In Mortal Kombat 1, listen to the fans. But once again, not giving the fans what they actually asked for, you don't give them the good Conquest from Deception or Armageddon, you give them the one from Deadly Alliance. Why? Just a weird choice to me. Then you spend so many time playing Invasions mode, unlocking skins for characters that you're not gonna play as, and then a lot of the skins, being honest, they suck. They're not drastically different, they're just some color palette shades different from some garbage skin that you don't really want. I don't want a frozen icy blue scorpion. One skin like that would be cool. 5 skins like that is fucking stupid. Which brings me to another problem with Mortal Kombat 1 that really needs to be addressed for the next game, and that is the gear system and how we unlock skins. I'm sick of this. No more of this unlocking skins for characters that we don't play as. No more of this wacky putting certain types of masks and stuff on. Just allow the player to unlock, here's a suggestion. Have a full list of all the skins and gear, just like there almost was in Mortal Kombat 11, where you saw all the gears or all the skins in the game, and allow us, with the currency that we unlock, to choose which skins we want to buy and which ones we don't want to buy, and through DLC and microtransactions, because we know that you want to do it, implement new or special classic skins and whatnot for people to purchase. We know you want to get us with microtransactions and DLC. It is what it is at this point, and that's its own problem. But the manner in that the skin system and the gear system in Mortal Kombat 1 is currently taking place with, it's ridiculous. Like, Mortal Kombat 11 had the problem, and I'm somebody that loves, as an artist, unlocking concept art and whatnot from the game. But in Mortal Kombat 11, I did a lot of getting just concept art a lot of the times when I would unlock stuff from the crypt. It was kind of irritating. But Mortal Kombat 1 does a completely different problem when I can't even get concept art. All I get is gear pieces for characters I don't play as. I don't play with Reiko, I don't play with Tanya, I don't play with Natara, I don't play with Kenshi, but for some reason, those seem to be the only skins I can unlock. Rarely do I get Scorpion, rarely do I get Sub-Zero. I don't really get Reptile. I even get a bunch of Melina skins and I never get Katana. Not to mention, I could probably count on one hand how many times I've actually unlocked things for Raiden. Like, it's frustrating as hell. Let me choose what I want to unlock and not unlock in the game. You're making the game needlessly grindy for a mode that you have to use to unlock it in that nobody wants to play. Like I said, it's not that Invasions mode is bad, it's just long term, not that interesting. In the seasons from month to month, I'm not gonna lie to you, when they announced a new season to show the skins from that season, I go, oh, not playing this season of Invasions mode, because I don't want any of the skins. Having been through that 1, 2, or 3 times already, yeah, if I see a new season with garbage skins, I'm not playing through that season, so I'm not touching Invasions mode. What I didn't expect was I barely touched Mortal Kombat as a result, which is why I think they need to do this. Bring back Test Your Luck mode to give players something offline, or maybe if you can make it online to do, to play with the wacky sort of extra modes in the fight, like the stage collapsing and stuff like that. Bring that back, and just bring back a different form of conquest mode, or at least the challenge tower from MK9. Hell, I would say bring back the crypt the way it was done in MK11, just get rid of all the wacky death scenes and jump scares. Hell, Invasions mode would be much better if I literally had to walk around and just unlock the skins there. At least I feel like I'm exploring something, but just going in this maze from one place to another, fighting random matches and doing the crazy survive missions that are also only fun for a while, no. I recently just had to look at why I haven't been playing the game that often. And it's not that I don't like the game. I actually think Mortal Kombat 1 is a lot of fun. I love playing it when I'm doing it, but it just gets to a point to where it's like, I'm done. And I never felt that way about a Mortal Kombat game before. Hell, up to Street Fighter 6, that's how I typically felt about Street Fighter games. There's no reason why I should be having more fun playing Mortal Kombat Deception and Armageddon in 2024 instead of MK1, when I know that MK1 is the better, more balanced fighting game. That's ridiculous. But like a lot of modern problems with modern gaming, we've just forgotten over time that games are supposed to be fun at the end of the day. You need to make sure that people are actually going to have fun. So for Mortal Kombat 2 or 13, depending on what they're going to name the next one, think more MKX and MK9, less MK11 and MK1. Just my opinion. What do you think about MK1?